Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Drewlik. We're doing PvP. Today I am back to the roots, back on my old server, and it is not as good, of course, as the old one, but this was a decent game. I had worse games that day. I had games where I would just dot somebody and he would just die through the dots. I didn't even focus him, just one weakening blast and 2 dots and he would just die. It was absolutely ridiculous how bad some of these enemies were, and I think it's going to be a theme of this game that I'm going to kind of troll them right here, so I'm not being too serious right now with my commentary about this whole thing. It's just, coming from the perspective of a real PvP server, it is a bit weaker. So again, starting off nice dots going right here, but he immediately cleanses them. That's not the right time to cleanse. You have to cleanse when the color's coming, boy. And yeah, that's where the color just completely gets into him and does some nice damage against the shield he got right there. But again, I'm just being the little coward that I am and the damage cheeser, and just completely multi-dotting everybody inside of here, just to have these big numbers at the end of the game stream so that I can masturbate to them later. That's just the way that you should play a that's just the way you should play a sniper generally. Again, some damage mitigation going on right here, because I figured that they would focus me, but they will not have any of me. Well, now they are, now that my damage mitigation is slowly running out. Now I'm rub-banding on that fucking what do you call that, barrier right there, so I couldn't get away, but I managed to kill him. Son, you have to be a bit better to kill me. He did kill me in the end, but I still killed him first, so if you kill somebody first, you kind of won, that's just how it works. And just because you didn't have a healer, it doesn't mean that he still won. No. Generally you're just a better player if he dies first. Again, just multi-dotting all day long, just so I get that nice sensation at the end of the game. And yeah, I'm completely murder that guy. Now, whilst I'm ignoring and I'm just face tanking all of the damage because I just disrespect him so much, and he gets into the bubble, and this is where my disrespect was a bit too much and I die. Unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. I can't. I'm in the 2v1 all day long. Other players, what are you doing? I'm here doing all the work, and you're doing the 2v1s and kind of rolling around, mitigating damage, doing all the damage, doing nice AoE damage here, and what are you doing? I'm not seeing you doing anything, so you should maybe step your game up here. So again, getting in there, again, AoE dotting everything. We got the Eastern emplacement, but that's of no interest to me whatsoever, because I'm here, I'm at south, I'm getting dotted right here, but I mitigate the damage appropriately through jumping into that damn sinkhole, because there's no line of sight to be had of that nice sniper. So what is he doing? Of course, he is cleansing too early, as should be expected from him, and the nice skull finishes the job. That's just what happens if you cleanse the dots at the wrong time. You always have to wait until you have got enough dots on you before you use that ability. If you use it too early, you just fish fodder, which is what you were in that situation. Again, following this guy, I would just root him right here, getting all of my nice dots going, nice slow on him, and the cull comes while he jumps back in a vain attempt to deal some damage, but the execute comes in and mauls him absolutely to death, and he gets kicked around, jumped away. I just mitigate that damage, just kicking that away, immediately breaking that because I don't want none of that. So again, you're not going anywhere. Snipe comes in, auto crit, and nice explosive probe immediately kills him right there. He did not see that coming, and this is where he would die eventually. Yeah, that's nice. Way to go, Juggernaut. You don't play the flashback anymore. It's not 2013. I'm sorry. You don't play it. I'm sorry. You're just that's old meta. I'm sorry. No. You're not going to do anything. That's not a proper spec. You're not playing Smash anytime soon. They nerfed it. You see, Juggernaut over there. They removed that it crits on every target, so you can't play that spec anymore. You do understand that, do you? So you can't play that spec. You see what I'm getting at? You should play Vengeance, really. You would have had a bigger chance of killing me there. Just putting that out there. If you're watching. I don't know. I don't think you're watching, but eventually if somebody sees you and maybe laughs about you, just so you know, Okay, again, into a 3v1 right here. It's not exactly 3v1 because that other guy there gets focused, but just completely tanking that guy whilst I killed that nice Then I sulk, and I get pulled back because they just think it's too much damage to handle for me, and I somewhat agree, and just calling him, no, you can't, oh, what are you doing, you know, you can't play like that, you can't get into my range and then not call, you know, you have to trade off damage, otherwise I'm just going to completely outdamage you. You can't do that way. So again, that guy, just redotting him, and it looks like he has not got the ability to, at the same time, use something and move, so that's bad. I did survive there, because he only got one new dot on me, but nice shield probe and nice Sork shield got me healed right there, so I could recuperate my health to full. I was not full, it's 70%, but you know, it's good enough for them scrubs, so on that regard, you know. Now I'm being a bit facetious. I can't really talk, but who cares? I'm being a bit just not very serious right here with that. You know, kicking you away. Oh come on! Oh, that's just sad. That's just really sad. You know, if you were a proper marauder, you would just go inverse, but probably you didn't have it ready there. Again, nice talk right here. While I'm getting focused, could you stop focusing me? Like seriously, it's getting really annoying. Again, removing the dots and trying to survive, dealing good amounts of damage into his cover dodge, and I just died. It's always very frustrating fighting against three opponents. Not very nice of them to not let me rape their faces. I do understand that this is something you would like to avoid as an enemy, but still, it just makes my life harder. So please don't play like that. Just get killed, especially in that game here, because it is a nice 86% to 26%. Not much going to happen throughout this whole game. It's going to be a nice loss for them, and nothing's going to change that. You know, they didn't have the healer. I do understand that one of the players right there, he has a very nice operative heal, but he's not on that heal. You know, he's on his I don't know what it's called, Sentinel. Yeah, he's on the Sentinel, so that's not good. Oh, it's not. It's the Juggernaut. So he's on the Juggernaut. That's that guy there, body. He could actually heal, but he didn't, which is sad. Just finishing that sniper. You're not going to run out of my range, are you? No, you're not. No, you're not. That's the thing. It's 35 meters. You have to go way beyond that, but you're not doing it. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, you know, because you're a sniper yourself, you could see that range indicator. You know, you just could click on me and see if you're still in range, because you know your abilities have 35 meters as well. You know, just saying. You know, you're not out of range. You weren't out of range. You just got killed. That's just what happened right there. I'm sorry. So again, last second thing right here. 12% left. So you know, just doing some damage to that tank assassin right there. But you know, it doesn't seem very tanky to me. While I am getting completely murdered and obliterated. But you know, tanking 7 people is no problem, because you know that's just me. You know, doing the same thing on Tomb of Freedom Ned would be like, I don't know, tanking 2 people. This is like tanking 7 on this server. You know, it's equivocally speaking, it's the same thing. And yeah, they're kind of tapping, but nothing's going to happen from that. Just redotting right here, you know, just blinding him, because I don't want to have this nice 2v1 right here. And he tries to just LOS kite me around that turret, and I have to get through that 70% slow void. Not having it, don't like it. And yeah, that's just where the game ends. Did not kill anybody else in there, unfortunately, but I did cause major mayhem and disruption throughout the whole game. Don't take me too serious. My name is Drewlik. You've been watching Drewlik PvP. Have a good one.